So guys, I hope you are fine. In the last lecture we have studied about the concept of CloudWatch. Please watch that video guys, then come here because this is one of the very important service that we are going to study today. One very important concept of Lambda only. See, here in this we are going to focus entirely on ARN. So what is an ARN? ARN stands for Amazon Resource Name. So what is this Amazon resource name all about? It will tell you, like it will tell Amazon that you have to use this particular package in your Lambda. Means what? I will tell you one example to demonstrate it. Now here we will go to the Lambda function here. Here we will create the, here we already, in the last lecture we already created the functions, right? So here I'll go to the functions. So in that functions I'll going to choose any one function, that is this Lambda function we created. So here I'll going to create the function. Okay. Now here what has happened, I will tell you one very big problem of why we want to use this ARN concept. See here, this is loading, let it load. Sometimes it will take time to load. Here we have printed this x value correct, but what happens if I write import matplotlib or import pandas as pd? Okay, and now here what I will write in implementation, here I will write x as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here I will write data, I will write pd dot data frame, and here I'll pass the value as x, and here what I will do here, and I will also specify the column. So here I will specify the columns names as, let's say, a serial number. Okay, serial number I'll going to pass. And now if I click on print data, and if I deploy this code, let's say here I am deploying this code here. I will tell you the real use case why we want to use that. See, yeah, successfully updated has been done here. Okay, what we will do here, we will go to the test function here. And if I click on the test option here, it will throw me an error. What is the error? There is no module name pandas because we didn't enable the pandas. So in the last lecture what we have done, we will use the concept of layers. So in add layers, what we will, if we will click on the add layers, in this we will choose the AWS layer that it is offering. Now if you see here, in this you are having the only pandas thing. Like if you see this complete all of these things, here you have only the basic ARM extensions, you don't have the pandas thing. So this method is you see only pandas you have. Let's say here I will create the pandas, and here I will use the version as 26. Okay, now if I click on add, it is working here, correct? Now if I execute the pandas here, if I click on deploy again, if I click on deploy, and if I test this particular service, if I click on test here, it will show me correct. See, it is given the body, means our code has been successfully executed, and it is telling serial number, and this is the output. If you want to see about this output, you click on the logs here. In the last lecture I already taught you how you can able to see it from logs here. If you go down here, you see at 5.4 I have this log has been successfully created here. See this message it has been given, where this 0 1 2 3 is the index number and 1 2 3 4 5 is the data that you have got. So now, but one very important but one big problem is there here. What is the problem? Now the problem is, here I'll go to code. Pandas have imported, right? But let's say here I want to import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Here I'll click on the accept. Okay, and now what I will do here, I want to plot this data. I created the point, so I want to plot the data. So instead of printing data, what I will do here, I'll just write plt dot plot. I will just write data. I will write data, right? And now if I click on this deploy option here, let it get deployed. See, deployment has been done. Now if I click on test here, now it will throw me an error. What error it will throw? That there is no module called as matplotlib. So now what I will do here, I'll go to layers. I'll try to add the layers. Here I will go to AWS layers, and if I see here, there is no option of matplotlib. Pandas you have, but matplotlib you don't have. So the question arises, how you can import your modules in Lambda? That is the question. So now we're going to figure out that question answer. See, the answer to the question is the concept of using ARN number. So what is this ARN number? Let's say here you saw the specified ARN number, right? So what is this ARN number? ARN number is nothing. I will tell you in very simple English. Like what ARN number tells? ARN number tells Amazon that I want that user should use a different package, and at the same time Amazon should identify that package. So to do that particular thing, this ARN number plays an important role. So it is a unique identifier for any AWS resource, allowing you to reference it to the AWS service. Means what? You are telling AWS service that I want to use this particular packages, because in by default it is not there, so you have to use that packages, right? That's why. So if you see this particular syntax here, like how the ARN, how you can able to give the syntax. If you go here itself, you will understand. Here ARN, AWS, Lambda region, then here you have to give the account ID that you have, and then layer example, like let's say you want Matplotlib, then you will give the version. Like this you will going to give the syntax. If I go here, first you will give the ARN AWS Lambda, means you are telling AWS that it's a Lambda resource. Then here you have to give the resource. Since here we are having this, we created the Lambda in the US East 1 region. So I want that it should be used in the US East 1 region itself. So that's why your region plays an important. Now your account ID. So what is your account ID here? Very important. Here if you click on the ID, this particular thing is nothing but your account ID. Very important. Now after doing this account ID, then what? Your layer name comes, means the what Python package you want, like Matplotlib, NumPy, Pandas, anything you can able to do. And one more drawback of if AWS layers is, here you can only choose only one version of Pandas. Like here you have Pandas, right? Here you can only choose only one version of Pandas. You cannot choose the other version of Pandas. That's why we won't be going to use this approach at any cost. So here, and last name suggests the version, what version, like 26 it has given there, right? So like that. So this is how you can able to represent this thing. Now now I will going to show you, but one very important thing before going to the application benefits, do we need to seriously remember this method? No need to remember the method. I will tell you why. Because in GitHub, if I go, because we'll be going to use this GitHub page. If I go to my search and here I'll write AWS Lambda layers Klayers. So what is this Klayers? Klayer is a person. This is nothing but Kate Zorio. This person, what he have created all of this particular Lambda packages, how you can import the packages in AWS. This person has created all of these things. In Lambda, how you can able to import AWS layers, this Kate person has told. So now here if I click on this particular thing, here you got this website, right? So here in this you see that here you are having the list of ARN, Python packages, these things. But one very important thing, this Klayers is there only for Python for now. Only for Python we are using now. Now here I will use the list of ARN. This list of ARN tells what are the versions of what are the Python that you can able to use. But for now here we are having this runtime as 3.10 as the Python, and ARM64 is the architecture. So now if I go here you see that here this 3.10 ARM64 is the architecture that you have. Just select this thing. So now if you select this thing, here you will be going to get a structure like this: JSON, CSV, HTML. You can use any format depending upon yours. But one very important thing, which version we are using now? US East 1 we are going to using. So either you can see from JSON, you can see from CSV, you can see from HTML. Let's say I want to see it from JSON itself. Now you see this JSON file looking like this. Now did you observe like this is looking very complicated, right? What is this looking? It is looking very complicated. But don't worry. Here just click on Command F and just type Pandas. Here it's auto suggested as Pandas. Now if you observe this particular thing, this Pandas is present here and package name is Pandas. So what you have to do this, here you go to just one line below, here you are saying ARN, AWS, Lambda, USA, some US East 1, Pandas you are getting. Just copy till here and go to your Lambda version, specify an ARN, just click on the enter here. this is satisfying your condition. Just click on add here. See, your layer has been successfully added. So see, you have successfully updated your Lambda basic function. Means now if I can able to execute this deploy, now what I will do here, I'll go to the layers. Before this, the 26 that we have just used, right, I'm going to remove this layer because we only want to use one particular layer, that is the 16 one we want to use. So I'm going to remove this and I'm just going to save this layer, this Klayers one. And now if I click on this deploy function here, if I click on, I will remove this Matplotlib for now. Just I will write print data, it will going to work. It will going to work. If I click on the deploy here, see here it is showing the deployment process. Now after deploying process, if you click on the test function, if I click on another time test, it will going to work because you have imported this particular module, say it is working. So means what, using this approach you can able to run anything you can able to run. So now what I will do here, I will going to add my Matplotlib also, I will going to add here. So in this layers, what I will do, I'll just click on the add layer option, click the ARN number, we'll go to this JSON. Here we will select, we will type it as Matplotlib. But see, one very important thing here, if I type this MIT Matplotlib, it is not showing. Means this particular 3.10 ARM processor JSON file does not have this service. Means this Lambda only offers the few Python packages, not every package it will offer, only some packages it will going to offer. Like if I search NumPy here, NumPy it will there. Because why NumPy will be there? Because this NumPy is very important, right? So here I will going to click on the NumPy. Here if I select this, and here if I go to my not ChatGPT, if I click on my layers, if I paste here, if I click on add here, it will going to work. See, 2 layers has been added. So like this you can able to add n number of Python packages in your layers. Now if I click on import NumPy as NumPy, here if I write import NumPy as NP, and here if I write here if I want to create in NumPy, here I will write np dot array. If I write array, and if I write x here, and if I print the data here, because this data is NumPy here I didn't use the pandas here, very important. Now if I click on deploy here, this code has been deploying, let the code get deployed here. Now if I click on test here, see details, see this particular NumPy array has been successfully created. Start request ID, this thing has been successfully created. So this is how you can able to use the Klayers approach to use the ARN number. Very effective. I will take one more example for you guys to make you understand this. I will create one thing here. I will write, let's say here I will write as the new function, that is the data king with Saket. Please do like, share and subscribe guys. You see how difficult these concepts, but see how easily I'm going to teach. Now you see here we will going to select, let's say here 3.11. Here I will going to select the Intel one. I won't be selecting the ARM. Very important. We'll create the function. I will tell you the difference between the packages that you have in ARM and Intel. Now if I clicked on the create execution, it create function, it is been creating. Let it created successfully. Now I will dismiss this. I will click on the layers. I will add the layers, and I will again go to this repository. Here I will write list of ARN. Now see here I used 3.11 but Intel processor, not ARM. That's why just click on this 3.11. Here you got this thing, but we selected the US East one as the area. Just click on the JSON here, and here if I type Matplotlib, here you will get the Matplotlib. See, you got the Matplotlib. Means 3.10 Intel supports the concept of Matplotlib, but this does not support this particular ARM processor does not have the Matplotlib. So that's why we will be going to use the Intel processor in here itself, so that in machine learning, because we have to use machine learning, so you have to use this thing. So here I will specify the Matplotlib. Here I will click on add here. See, it has been added successfully. If I again click on layer, I will add the layer. in the add the layer, what I will do here, I want to add my pandas also. I want to add my pandas. So here what I will do here, I will going to add this pandas, not this one. Sorry, this one directly, this one. I'll going to copy, or I will directly going to copy from here itself. I'll going to add here. I will going to create a specific ARN. We'll see this pandas has been successful. It will going to work. Why it will going to work? See, now it is telling that the layers are consuming more than the available size. See, one very important information I want to tell you guys here. The information here is, if you try to use this like 260 MB, like 60 MB, it won't going to work here. Why it won't going to work? Because in free tier account, Amazon only offers up to 262 MB of data. That's why it won't going to work. But the point here is we have successfully imported the Matplotlib. So like this, you can able to add layers, you can play with the layers, whatever you want, you can able to play here. Again, go to this particular thing. Here if I type NumPy here you will get the NumPy version here. You can add the NumPy also here, and we will go into like this. You can also add Scikit-Learn also here. Like there is no restriction for you to not add Scikit-Learn or something. We'll add NumPy also here. See, NumPy is also working. If I want to add pandas, I will again go into click on specific ARN. But sometimes these errors come frequently. You have to just be patient for this. These errors you will also face when you will implement these things in your system. This thing we will going to copy here. We'll again going to try. I know it won't going to work, but still there is no problem in trying, right? It is having the problem. So like this, guys, you can able to create or add your all of this thing using the API which is offered by this person called as Klayers. Very useful, guys. Here if you want, you can add the different, like if you want to add Scikit-Learn, yeah, sklearn, Scikit-Learn is also, I guess, not there in this. So this is the approach, guys, where you can able to add the libraries that are there for us. Like you can also connect this using the Boto 3. Like this, you can use the different libraries. Matplotlib we have, NumPy we have the different Python libraries, that everything that you can able to get it from this thing. So that's it, guys. In the next lecture, the last service that we're going to study, that is the AWS, either SNS or RDS we're going to study, and then we're going to wind up the basic introduction and we'll start the all AI concepts. So that's it, guys. Please do like, share and subscribe, guys.